This wouldn't be a stream without the pop. Pop, pop. Pop, pop, the crack. Let me know if anything sounds awry. I don't have anything really set up here. So like, I did like very basic testing, and that's about it. So, hi. I don't even have a scene for this. I don't even have a background scene. It's just like, you know, nothing there. Just intro music. I literally was like, I have intro music, and then I hit play, and then it automatically detects the game, right? Detect the game, bitch. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, y'all. It's good to see you. So if anybody didn't know, yes, Harper, this game came out today. Which was one of the big reasons, not that I think this is gonna be like a super crusher for Rotomoto, but like I was like, of fucking course, my computer's gonna do this the week the game comes out. But yeah, so my PC literally caught on fire. When I say caught on fire, it might be a slight exaggeration, but it literally 100% like started going, and then I look over and it just starts smoking. And I'm just so glad, because I was 5 minutes before this, I was outside with Hurley. Hi, Lux. And it's Monster Energy Supercross, sponsored by Monster Energy, a proud sponsor of Monster Energy Supercross. Exactly. It's actually, yeah, it started smoking. So Harper, you might know the graphics card, Sparks, you too, the graphics card, how it has the pins that plug into the motherboard, right? So there's like a small thing of pins, and then there's the long thing of pins, and then there's like a little thing at the bottom that I don't think has any pins. It's just there for like where you put it. The small thing of pins is where the fire started. So the graphics card is absolutely fucking toast. That luckily the riser cable, I was using a riser cable because it was vertically mounted. So the riser cable is toast, but the motherboard is fine. But I feel like if I would have plugged the graphics card directly into the motherboard, that would have been really bad, because then it probably would have fried the motherboard too. But thank God, I say that, the riser cable could 100% have been the problem. We will never know. Let me see here. I hate it because I want to turn off the shitty, like I don't want to turn off the shitty music, but I also am like, I hope to God the music isn't going to get the video demonetized. Yeah, we'll just do something so that it's on. I don't even know what the music is. I haven't heard it. Yeah, so that happened. And literally I just happened to be sitting here, right here, when it happened, and I wasn't outside. So I heard the sound, and I just was like, I hit the switch on the back.
As you can hear from the cheers, there is no doubt about who is the crowd favorite. Will that be too much pressure or the motivation needed to get the win?
It was a 2080, Harper. Luckily, I haven't got my upgrade yet, I guess. Luckily. The biggest problem is I don't know what happened. I can't tell what happened. So like, this is the career hub. On this page, you have the possibility to decide what to do between one weekend and the next. Use this tab to switch to the next round. Every week you have to prove your ability in a race. Take to the track. Really? I'm going to have to race in this game. Are we sure? The midweek training sessions will give you the chance to improve your rider ability, and by getting better results, you can earn an ability points to spend on the skill tree. You can participate in only 3 training sessions a week. During your experience in career mode, you may run into special events from one weekend to the next. Some of them are optional, so if you want to take part in them, remember to do so. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Yes, and I paid for the extended warranty. I'm just not sure if they're going to warranty it out, because I don't know. They're probably going to blame it on something else. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I'm going to hit them up, but I also just fully expect them to not do shit about it. So here's what happened. The water pump went out in my water loop, and it overheated the GPU or the CPU, so the CPU shut off by itself on Friday. It got so hot that the water block got so hot that it like melted my tubing. Lux, you're gonna have to go. This is like the one time when you're not to be here. So it's possible that the tubing melted and a rogue drop of water. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible, but like a rogue drop of fluid could have gotten down in there. But that was Friday morning, and it caught on fire Saturday night. So I really doubt that the water would have been able to exist that long. You know what I mean? I don't know that, but I really doubt it. But it's possible. So this is like got full blown. I really don't know how the GPU just dies. Well, and that's the thing, Harper, is I'm like, with it overheating and it overheated the CPU, it could have overheated the GPU. The riser cable could have gone bad. Like, there's so many variables that could have gone bad that I'm just not positive what happened. So I have turn control, brake management. So yeah, this actually is where your rider sucks and gets better. Reduces ability penalties during... What? You can get injured? Oh no! Scrub control, movement speed, increases scrub execution time, braking power, maximum degree of turning and bends while braking, increase the whip execution speed, increase the turn speed, and increase the ability to absorb the impact with the ground. Oh no, none of these are good. Oh no. All it takes is one small thing to not work backfire. Yeah. Yeah, Sparks, and it sucks, dude. So I'm gonna, so thank you everybody. In case you're not sure, in case you don't know, people were super generous in Rhymes' stream last night, and I was able to go to Micro Center and get, oh, that was another thing. I had to get an AOI cooler because my processor is so powerful that I didn't have a stock air cooler that would fit it, because it doesn't come with a stock one, because it expects you to have some serious shit. So I had to go and get a cooler. I used a stock cooler Tuesday, and it worked, but it was bad. Like, me just doing nothing in particular would still take the temperature into the red. Like, I opened Streamlabs and my temperature went to, what is it 95 Celsius is like red. It went to red by me just opening it, and I was like, oh fuck, man. All right, so we can do training here. So the surgeon, I'm gonna guess, is to learn rhythms. The showman is gonna be for like whips. The snake is probably gonna be like autocross. The lightning is gonna be starts, and the lion is gonna be a little bit of everything. Cross the largest number of gates before your time runs out. Okay. Don't leave the track. All right, let's do this. I did start up and just ride around. I left the game running for like an hour, but I just rode around for like 10 minutes just to make sure it works out. Oh, I'm on a stock bike. This is gonna be rough. What I noticed in the short amount of time that I had with the game is that it is definitely more punishing. It feels slower and more deliberate, for whatever that's worth. Wait, these are just down the center. Are you fucking serious? Fuck. Really? Really? That's the challenge? By the way, let me know if we have any frame drops or anything like that. Hi, Jenkins. What do you want, dude? Okay. Wow, that was really easy. Seems smooth so far. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, so now I have an AI cooler that can cool my 3900, which is great. My biggest thing was I feel like it shouldn't have been running that hot in the first place, but maybe something did happen and it's not having the ability, like it's running hotter than it needs to be. Hopefully not. But also I was able to, I guess, rent a graphics card from somebody. So I have a graphics card. I think it's a 2060. Come on, go. Why are you guys like this? That I put a deposit down on, essentially. So I have something to use. So I don't know, like I turned the graphics down pretty considerably. I don't know what I was supposed to do there. No, try again. Like I didn't hit it. I don't know how I didn't hit it. I don't want to talk shit about the game and Milestone, but it just feels like, okay, so apparently I didn't get either of those. They just feels like they throw stuff like this in for no reason. Am I supposed to literally be like on the line? The CPU, there should be a safety thing that basically throttles it to lower the clock. Yes. So that's something that happened. Wait. What? Attempts 3? What? Oh, do I only get 3 attempts total? So if I nail it on the first try, then I get it. And I can do 3. Okay. That doesn't make me feel any better, but like, okay. So first things first, I want the ability to turn while braking. And I want the ability to land without wrecking. But anyway, Sparks, so thankfully for that, because on whatever day it started, was that Friday, I went and took a shower and came back. And that's when I noticed my PC was just off. And I'm like, that's weird. Why did it shut itself off? And I turned it back on, and that's when I noticed that there was a drip coming from the CPU block. And I went to tighten it up because I was like, oh, maybe it just got loose, and it was already all the way tight. So I was like, oh, maybe one of the rubber band seals had a problem. And then that's when I pulled it out, I found out that it was literally like the tubing. I don't know if you can see it, but do you see how it's like, this was the end of it. That's not straight. That is warped in the middle, where the compression was like warping it. So this is supposed to be like, oh, you're doing the futures mode, like this is amateur hour. That was a bad start. Wait, why is it shifting for me? What are you doing? Tell me that it's gonna be on baby difficulty. I set the difficulty before we started. Okay, well apparently I'm just gonna have to do this race on baby difficulty. With baby physics. No, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna start a new one. I'm gonna completely start a new one. Because there's no way I'm gonna play this on easy. What's the point? No, actually, it's you. It's you. Rhymes is in the office today. The cats have paid me absolutely no mind at all.
Listen to that crowd.
All right, so how do I change? There we go. Okay. Realistic, advanced physics, off manual, manual, off. That's what I want. I also want the real thing in race length. Let's do medium. Short is literally 1 lap. Oh, 5 minutes plus 1 lap. Okay. We'll do medium. That sounds good. Sparks, it's real. I don't know if it's because I'm talking, and maybe they just like actually hearing you talk. I don't know, dude. Okay, let's do the snake again. At least we know. These loading times are fucking awful, y'all. That's one thing I gotta say. Okay. Is this gonna be harder now that I have it on wilder settings? No, it's the same. It's shifting for me though. Why is it shifting for me? Oh, Sparks, you said the shambles starts today? Like the whole shebang starts today? So I'm gonna have to redo my fan layout in my case. It's fine right now, which is nice. I have this all to manual. Why was it still trying to shift for me? Galaxy, hello. First race starts today. Nice. I'll be late, but I'll have to check it out. I don't know how long I'm just kind of stress testing it. I have my monitor up over here. I have like my GPU temperature and my CPU temperature and stuff over here to just, you know, see what's up. Can I keep doing the snake? Because I like the snake. It won't let you use manual. Cody, are you kidding? Why does Milestone keep doing this? What was I doing earlier? Oh, so I started up a race. So Cody, long story short, my PC caught on fire over the weekend. So I have some thrown together hodgepodginess and I'm trying to make sure that it works. Anyway, I just turned it on for like an hour earlier and just kind of let the game run while I was doing stuff. And there was somebody named Jay Hill in the 250 class that was in first, and I was like, do they really have one of the bogus fake riders? In like literally winning the race right now. Did they do it again where they didn't even bother balancing the AI to realistic proportions? Like meanwhile, McElrath and Hunter Lawrence were back with me. Where did I miss one? Oh, there's one all the way around. I did this one, I see it. Shambles should start in 1 hour, 15 minutes. But might be a tad late since, you know, having 10 people. Yeah, no thank you. Sparks, you'll have to watch with me. If Rhymes ever doesn't stream a Wednesday, or if they ever stream on not, the Supercross MX Sim Supercross Championship, it runs so smooth. Yes, race on Saturday. But I just don't know how they get it because they literally have 40 guys in each class and there's so minimal downtime. All right, what's the lion? Past the largest possible number of opponents. The largest possible of a no. Past the largest possible number of opponents possible. Monster Energy Supercross is brought to you by Monster Energy, a proud sponsor of Monster Energy Supercross. So wait, right now I'm already there, like I've already won. Like obviously I have to keep the guys behind me, but all I had to do was pass like 3 guys. I assume each level gets harder, but like, past 3 guys is not exactly a challenge. What is the ×2? What does that mean? Why is it on my screen? Mostly I'm just excited about when the mods come out because these gear sets... Okay, first off, they also started me off with O'Neal gear and Thor boots. Like, who does that? All right, we're doing better. We're doing better. We have more points. So my rider abilities give me braking, bike control. O'Neal doesn't make boots. They do though. That's the thing that's stupid, Harper, is O'Neal totally make, well, I don't know if they still do, but they have. Give me banking management and improves the maximum attainable turn. Dude, these all sound stupid. I 100% feel like that none of this is actually gonna matter. I hate talking shit on games. I really do. I'm just happy to have a Supercross game, if we're being honest. But it's just like when they try to like shine it up. Yeah, give me that hotness. Also, for some reason, they have this ugly ass font. And you can't change the font. You can make it bigger and smaller, but you can't change it. And it's ugly. Nobody has ever used font like this in Supercross. Ever. I just hope that maybe they will maybe the people that mod the game will have it so I can have different numbers. Also, real quick, can we just talk about so this right here that I'm selecting, that's the front number plate. We can all agree that's the front number plate. Is that the shroud? That looks more like the front shroud and less like the rear number plate. Am I wrong? I've never seen a number plate shaped like that, but I've seen a shroud shaped like that before. I want you to know the Milestone makes good games, I promise. I don't know why they can't figure this out. Because they do so good with the MXGP game. Also, this menu is toxic. Why would you make me scroll all the way left and right? Why not just give me like a grid? Or even better, like an RGB color wheel. Is the soundtrack obnoxious? How bad is it? I probably don't have enough money to buy any gear, do I? What kind of gear do we got at least? Do we have anything good? I do not have enough money in gear. These aren't terrible. I really like that retro. Ooh, okay, cool. On one hand, I love that this gear is back, but on the other hand, this gear is like 2 years old. Could we maybe get recent gear? Maybe. Soundtrack is actually low, but sound balance is great for races when it's real loud. Okay. I can turn the music up. I just didn't want it to be too loud. That doesn't look bad. You know what? You know what? Why am I we're gonna I've never even heard of sway gear, but this isn't bad. I don't hate it. There's always way too much shot gear in this game because I don't know any rider, professional rider that wears shot gear, but I do like that color. Of course, the shift gear that they have in the game is the same shift gear from last year. We might have to go with the 7 gear because A, it matches my hat, and B, it matches my hat. Hey, real quick, can we talk about oh, did I tweet it? Can we talk about that? I don't know if you guys saw the graphics that I made on Twitter and Instagram, both in the story and as a post. But I went to the Supercross website to just get like what part of their what part of the logo for the game could I borrow to like size appropriately. The entire logo, they didn't even combine it into one image. All of the individual elements are separate. So I was able to literally take the transparent Ken Roxon and the transparent Cooper Webb and the transparent little like square designs. All of it was separate. So I was literally able to take it all and then like just put my face in it, and it was I was so stoked. I just don't really love any of this gear. This gear would look hot on my Suzuki though. Anyway, enough about that. That'll work. No, I need to change those boots. Oh, I need to change. At least put some. At least give me. Oh, there we go. I was like, are there not Alpine Star? You know what I really want? No, I don't love those. For a second, I was like, tell me there are no Alpine Star boots. Can I just get some nice white and teal boots? Is this really it? Are you kidding me? They have like 8. What are we even paying for? Track maps? Like, I'm not trying to be dramatic here, but there's even less customization than last year's game. And for the record, no, they do not have, those at least match the gear that I'm wearing. They do not have, O'Neal boots in the game. God, I keep watching the, Can I just get a black helmet? Why wouldn't they just start me in a black helmet? Anyway. Look how many 100% goggles there are. Oh, Cody. Oh, no. Is it a lot or is it not many? I don't know. Oh, dude, it keeps doing this where I'm like, there are none. What the fuck? Maybe you unlock gear. Maybe we unlock gear. Maybe there's better gear and it's behind an unlockable, and when you level up, you unlock gear. It has to be. There's no way. There's no way this is all there is. That's impossible. I just don't know how this game exists. Like, I'm not even trying to be dramatic here. Okay, anyway. Let's go suck it up right here.
Angel Stadium of Anaheim is ready for the season opening round of Monster Energy AMA Supercross, an FIM World Championship.
I'm gonna leave the bike setup stock. I mean, I played the entirety of 3 without changing my bike setup one time. So I want to triple. Oop, a little short. Oh, very short. Okay, we're gonna have to figure that out. Double table on, table off, triple, double out. Okay. Is it wet? Is it a fucking wet race already, or does the dirt just look weird? So double, triple over. Dragon's back? That was not clean. You know what I really want? I need somebody to mod the cat gear into the game. Sparks Harper, have you ever seen the cat gear? It's kind of notoriously a meme across the moto community, but I feel like you two will appreciate it. It's literally this Thor gear that's neon colors, and it just has cats and kittens all over it. And everybody hates it, and it's actually amazing. I don't know why everybody's such a hater. Meanwhile, people love or was it Thor brought out this gear that had like chain link fence all over it? No, it just had cats all over it, Harper. I'll see if it's in the game. But they brought back this chain link gear that was from like the 90s, and everybody was like, oh, that's so sick. And I'm like, no, the cat gear is sick. You're crazy. I fucking love cats. I think I remember you showing it. Yeah, it's so cool, and everybody just hates on it. Like, every time somebody brings up bad gear anywhere, it's always the Thor, or the Thor cat gear is always memed on. Rez, hi. I miss you entirely. GPU is running at a nice, cool 62 degrees. So I'm gonna have to reverse my fans. So you guys know how I had my fans, my OnlyFans, my fans sucking in air from the top and spitting it out the bottom to keep lux off the top of my PC. Well, now that I'm back to having an air-cooled graphics card for the time being, that's gonna be a problem because I'm taking air away from the intake fan of the GPU. And I don't think it's going to be a major issue when I'm doing stuff like this, but if I wanted to play a game that's more graphically heavy, it's definitely going to be a problem. Yes, absolutely, Rez, please. I took Hurley on a walk yesterday to go get tacos, and he loved it. Okay, so I'm finding my groove a little bit. I thought it was going to be a pretty big adjustment period. I'm on a completely stock Suzuki, and I'm doing okay. Door, no sweat, Sparks. We'll be here, buddy. Pray am I wearing them? I hope so, dude. He needs it. Yeah, dude, we just qualified #1 overall. I'm a little afraid, though, on the difficulty on the game again. If I'm #1 overall on a stock Suzuki, come on, man. Hey, can anybody confirm for me, it doesn't really matter, but somebody last time I did a stream asked about super chats, and I don't know anything about them. Do you guys see super chats? Is it an option? Because I turned them on, but I don't know how to verify it, and it doesn't show me as the streamer like an option to do it. Super chats? Yeah, it's kind of like YouTube's bits, sort of. Like you can do a dono kind of thing that will highlight the message in chat. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen it on YouTube, but that's what it is. It's essentially the closest thing YouTube has to like direct monetization. Which, by the way, can we talk about YouTube monetization? It's not really about the monetization as much as, so like, I don't have any sponsors or anything, so all the money that comes in comes either from Patreon or it comes from ad revenue. And I put up that video about Cooper Webb and Ken Roxon, and it was doing so good yesterday, and then out of nowhere, at like 5 p.m., they just stopped showing it to people. The impressions just tanked. Yes, Rez, thank you so much, dude. That's so cool. Also, appreciate the $5, but that's what it'll do. Yo, it's teal. Is it always teal? I wonder if it's always teal or if it's teal because my color scheme is teal. Because if it, like, makes it teal because of my scheme, that would actually be pretty cool. You can see it. Awesome. Thank you, Rez. But anyway, today, out of nowhere, at about 11 a.m., YouTube decided to start showing the video again. So now the video's getting views again. I just don't understand. $2 is blue, 5 is teal. Oh, okay. That's cool. That's kind of neat that it's color-coded. Also, Schizo, hello. I like that bag on your head. Need to be at least 2 to be shown in chat. Oh, okay. That's cool. I've never done a super chat before, so I don't know how it works. I've honestly never really watched a stream live before, like a couple weeks ago. Did you guys know Amazon has streamers? Not Twitch, Amazon. You can be an Amazon streamer. And it's almost like the home shopping network. It's the coolest thing. We'll talk about it more on a regular box stream. Yo, Jared, hey, it's good to see you, dude. I'm hanging in there, man. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I had a really rough weekend. My computer literally caught on fire. And I was really bummed because I wanted to play this game when it came out. But I was able to source up some parts to at least get it running again. And I just figured I was going to play this anyway today, so we would throw it on stream and see if it can handle another live stream. That way, when Saturday rolls around, we can do another after race. I was planning on doing a super that just had all keywords banned in it. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, I guess. Not here. Alright, I think I have this track down. Ooh, I say as I yeet off. One thing that's interesting is it really throttles your speed. If you go off the track, you run very, very slowly. Okay, I feel confident. Can I not do that? There we go. All right, me on a stock Suzuki.
Well, that will end this 250 qualifying session. Here's a look at the results. The starting lineups are now set for the heat races. Those are about to begin next.
Does E stand for extra? No, I was gonna change my name, and I changed my first. I always make my character's first name Ezra because I like the name, and Ezra Lusk was one of my favorite riders growing up. But I didn't. I just ran out of time, and I couldn't think of a good last name. And the default name is Miles Stone because the name of the company that makes the game is Milestone, and I just never. I didn't change last name. If you guys have a good one, let me know. All right, I'm prepared to wreck a lot. Holy shit, dude. I got a great jump and then they just went right by me. If you get a podium on a stock bike, podium deal. I did the stock Suzuki challenge on Supercross 3, but a stock 450 is actually not that bad. The stock 250 is definitely much worse. You by chance watch NASCAR? Jared, I really haven't. I grew up watching it. My stepdad was super into NASCAR, but I don't actively watch it today. No. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you who's definitely still racing. I know Jimmy Johnson retired last year. I think the Bush brothers still race. Why do they all go so wide right there? There's no point. Because you want to roll that jump anyway. Oh shit. AI needs a little work. NASCAR is doing their first. Oh, dude, is it this weekend? The dirt track does look sweet. You know what would be really cool? God damn. If they fill Bristol with dirt for the NASCAR race, and then they also do American flat track at the Bristol dirt track, that would be so cool. You can win the most and still lose. Yeah, see, the thing that I hate is that NASCAR definitely feels like it's kind of become more of a game show than a sport, if that makes sense. Because, like, dirt bikes still just, hey, look, the best guy wins, I don't care. But NASCAR became a spectator sport more than an actual sport, where, like, the chase happened, and now it's such a convoluted system of knockouts every round and whatever that it just feels more like a game show and less of a championship, if that makes sense. That would be dope, right, Jared? So, I'm in Ohio, and I grew up racing flat track, so I've watched a lot of it. And there's Eldora, which is a very famous sprint car track. I think Tony Stewart might own stake in Eldora now. Anyway, they used to do flat track at Eldora, which is a super high banked half mile. Obviously not nearly as high as Bristol, but still very high banked. And they took it off the schedule. I was always really disappointed. Man, if they did flat track at the dirt Bristol, that would be the coolest thing. Tony owns the whole track, does he? Yeah, I was gonna say I knew that he was some kind of partnership in it, but I didn't know. Entertainment sport. Yeah, NASCAR is definitely a lot more closer to pro wrestling than it is F1, I think, at this point. The Truck Series used to race at Eldora. Yes, you're right, they did. But yeah, that's growing up and going and watching American flat track at Eldora was some of the best racing I've ever seen. I would love it if American flat track started doing fantasy, like we do for Supercross. I think that would be huge for the sport. So I have not even come close to my best lap time from practice. Shit, we're already down to 2 laps to go. So that little gunshot sound means that the timer ran out. I don't know why there's like a gunshot sound for it, but so I need to get into 9th place in a lap and a half. I'm not gonna get it. I was bummed there was no AFT at Daytona. Oh, you went to Supercross, Jared? That's rad. Why didn't they do flat track this year at Daytona? Did it just not work out? Because I know that the flat track season is this year's a little weird, but the TT is one of the cool. Well, it's no Peoria, but it's still pretty cool. I don't know how many of you guys remember, but at the X Games they used to do Supermoto, like 2005 era. 2007 maybe, and that was always my favorite because you would have, I remember like McGrath and like Jeff Ward would show up to represent motocross, supercross, and then like Joe Kopp and man, I don't even remember who. It was Joe Kopp and somebody else showed up to like represent flat track, but then you had like some road racing guys would show up too, and I thought it was interesting because Supermoto is definitely like that nice middle ground of all of the motorcycle sports kind of rolled into one. No idea they went to Volusia Speedway. It's so weird. I wonder if it was a money thing or if it was a crowd thing. Oh yeah, Jared, Supermoto is so cool. I actually had a Supermoto bike I sold last year. COVID hit my industry really hard and I had to sell some of my toys. And unfortunately, between my Supermoto and owning a 370Z, I was like, I don't need two toys. And the car is more practical than the motorcycle by a long shot. We're going to the LCQ, baby. I need to stay off the ground. I need to get a better start and stay off the ground.
As the second 250 heat race wraps up, let's take a quick look at the results.
I had the
and the
third
names of the
fastest
four
lap
runners
though.
who-
Not that that means anything. Is anybody in here planning on getting this game?
There will be 22
Could be a
runners
crowd
on the
thing.
starting
Volusia
gate
being a
for
smaller local track,
tonight's
I don't
main
think they have the
event.
limits. That's fair. That's fair. 100%. We are pretty irresponsible. Yeah, I saw that was it. I think it was AJ Catanzaro's vlog. He said that this year, out of all the tracks they went to, Daytona was definitely the most lax on. I need this goalie. I need this goalie. Was definitely the most lax on like masks and capacity, not just at the race, but like the entire area. And he was saying, he was like, I don't know if it's just because Texas kind of rescinded their thing and Florida just wanted to follow suit unofficially or what, but that makes sense. And I want to get up on that table, but the stock Suzuki is not going to do it. I wish Milestone would stop messing around and get the rights to outdoor motocross. Because no offense to these Supercross games, they're fun. But oh my god, I would kill to have an outdoor, like, Lucas Oil motocross game. Florida government legit doesn't care at all. That's a shame. Like, I know we're all getting really antsy, and I don't want to get deep into the conversation, but it's just one of those where, like, the light is at the end of the tunnel, but we gotta keep the throttle on, man. Like, don't let up now. We're almost out. So we've been doing this shit for a year, man. What's another couple weeks? You know what I mean? Although we've been saying just a couple more weeks for, well, about a year now. Could you imagine if your nose itched in the middle of a Supercross race and you would just have to deal with it? Because, like, you can't even get your hand up in your helmet even if you wanted to. I think a joint game with Supercross and Motocross is officially licensed. I just don't know why it hasn't happened yet, Jared, because I know that I know that MX versus ATV they might still have the rights to the Lucas Oil, but I don't think they've done anything with it in a few years. I think it's been 2 or 3 years since they had the pro national tracks. I almost clip that bail every lap. Cody, does an LCQ podium count? Podium's a podium, bro. Oh, are you kidding me? Why did he stop at the top of the jump? This definitely is much slower and more deliberate than the last game. It punishes you definitely way harder if you screw up the rhythms. Who knows how long, you know, I am on a stock bike. Maybe if I was on a factory bike, you could bounce over the rhythms a little bit better, but... But now that Loretta has had a national at it, it would be really neat to have oh, you're in the 250A class and you have to ride Loretta to like try to get a ride or whatever. Honestly, the biggest thing I hate about this career mode type thing is that this isn't how the sport works. It's not like a football game where college football players get drafted based on their last season. Like, these kids are signed to Star Yamaha when they're like 12. Nobody shows up at Futures and then gets first and then gets a ride. You know what I mean? Nice talking with you. Absolutely, Jared. I appreciate you stopping in, buddy. Take care. I'll see you this weekend for fantasy, maybe, or for the after show. I need this LCQ, man, for no reason other than just for my own sanity. After show for sure. All right, buddy. We'll see you, man. Take care. Have a good weekend. Yo, Ben. It's going, man. It's going. We're on a bone stock Suzuki, and we just won an LCQ. To be fair, this is just the futures. We just started. I know that the stream's been on for an hour now, but there's a lot of nonsense to work your way through to start the game. I hate that my name won't quite get all the way up into the yellow. Okay, what gates do we have left? Nothing good, of course. Did the futures earlier, a little rough with a slow bike and a blop. Dude, it's rough. Ben, are you playing it with like all the assists off and stuff? I don't know how to get out of the gate better. Like, I get the jump and then like I'm dead in the water. Oh no, oh no. I don't know if that's the skill tree thing or what, but shit. That's a double single. Does this track just permanently look wet? Because it doesn't ride like it's wet, but it just looks wet. Playing easy for now. That's fair. I'm a tryhard. I always put it on the hardest difficulty just so that I get more enjoyment out of the game, like longer enjoyment, because I'm clearly not going to win my first season because I'm still like kind of learning the game. I'm going to get a lot of, you know, bad finishes. Oh, Raphael, it's been rough. I don't know why I did it. I just wasn't thinking about it, and when I started the game up, I have a Suzuki, and I was just like, yeah, give me a Suzuki, and then I was like, oh no, they're going to make me start on the Suzuki. But oh well. Yeah, like even there, it's like there's just wet spots, and it doesn't make sense. I can't even remember because pre-SLC last year feels like 20 years ago. Did it rain for A1? Because I know it wasn't a mutter, but maybe it was wet earlier in the day. What's wrong with Suzuki? It is by far the worst bike. And I have one, so it's not, and for like the average consumer, like if you wanted to go get a bike, skits, and you bought a Suzuki, you'd be fine with it. But it's from a pro standpoint, it's the worst bike, especially in its stock form. It's the heaviest. It has one of the lowest power. It's the only 450 that doesn't have electric start. It's the only 250 now that doesn't have electric start. It's yellow. That's why I like it. I like the yellow. Electric start, so what? Flint and stone to get it going? Yeah. Yeah, you have to kickstart it. Which doesn't seem like that bad, but I will tell you, like, as a shorter guy, and now that I'm getting older, like, whenever I wreck, or even just lay over, whatever, and I have to start the bike, nothing like when your adrenaline hits and you're a little shaky because you just wrecked and you're also a little weak and you're not standing on even ground and you're trying to kick the bike over, that makes me be like, I need to sell this bike and get an electric start. I'm 5'6". I couldn't. No, that I'm about the same. I'm about the same, skits. The thing is that a lot of people think that you're supposed to flat foot them and you're not. Like, growing up, I was always short, and I remember literally standing up with just my leg hooked over my Cobra, my 50, because it was so tall. It's kind of like a horse, you know, like, dirt bikes are like small horses, essentially. They're steampunk horses. I couldn't imagine being MySpace having to pick a fork, right? And I don't flat with it, yeah. Even with a lowering link, I think it would still. I mean, skits. If we look at if you watch one of the if you ever watch one of the races with us, when they do this, when they take off at the start, about half the riders have little blocks that they can stand on to give them a couple extra inches. I think we could all use a couple extra inches. How's the sound for you guys? Like, I know that dirt bike sounds isn't the greatest sound in the world, so I just want to make sure it's not too loud. I could use a couple extra. Yeah. I knew somebody. I wasn't gonna make the joke, but I knew somebody would. So that's definitely. I still can't get up on that table. I want to get on that table so bad. BMX it is. It came out today. I believe Xbox people could have had it a couple days ago if you wanted to pay way too much money for like a collector's edition, but it is officially out on Steam and PS4 and Xbox as of 11 a.m. this morning. I don't know why. Does anybody else ever seen a game release on Steam at 11 in the morning? 11 Eastern, probably 8 Pacific. I'm gonna get one today. You should, dude. Do that rhythm in there. Yep, I was gonna say. Yeah, this game is definitely much more punishing. Like, if you blow one section of the rhythm, like, I was doing really good for, what, 7 minutes of the race, and I finally blew a rhythm, and I just straight got caught so bad. I'm way down in your league now, Orlando, too. Oh, no, Ben. Oh, no. This year is so bad, Ben. I feel bad for the people, because if you have one bad round, you're out. Like, I still have not had a bad round. Like, none of my rounds have obviously been where I wanted, but my lowest, I think, is like a 215, and I'm just barely inside the top 500. If I had this year, like last year, I don't know how to word this. If I had my season now, last year, I'd be like top 50. There have just been so many really high scores that you can't really afford. Ah, man, there goes my Cody, damn it, there goes my podium, bro. Now I'm just gonna get freight trained. I do like that it feels like you definitely have rhythm options here. Like if you roll the inside of that one corner, you can get up on the table. And if you go outside, you double over it. I was killing it last year, doing okay this year. It's gambling. It's gambling. At least on the bright side, unlike fantasy football and stuff, with fantasy moto is even if you're not having a great season, you can still have a great week and still feel really good about your week. And maybe even win prizes just for the week. Ben, are you playing just Pulp, or do you play any of the other ones too? I think I'm going to mention that on my video for tomorrow, that like, if you feel like you're out of it for the season, which you shouldn't be playing for just prizes anyway, but if you're out of it for the season and you don't really have any specific goals that you're trying to meet, now might be the time to just pick Sendy teams and go for week wins. But don't forget, if you want that national number, or national top 100 number, that includes indoor, outdoor combined. So you got to think how many people are in the top 100 now that aren't even going to play outdoors. I was playing RM2 and then stopped. No, it's just boring. RM does nothing for me. I pretty much just pick the top 5 in points and rearrange them. Like every week you're just gonna pick Roxon, Webb, Tomac, and then just put them somewhere between 1 through 5, and then probably Barsha, and then either AC or Marvin. And you're just throwing darts at what spot they finish. Really, the only fun comes in the wild card, but even then, I just am like, just pick Justin Brayton every week, because Justin Brayton could finish anywhere from 5th to 13th, and that's probably a good guess. Come on, I'm gonna hold on to this podium. Hold on to this podium, baby. We're almost done. Oh, we got 2 laps to go. Shit. I thought this was last lap. I was right at that top 100 after outdoors, but I didn't. Oh, you didn't pay? Yeah, if you don't pay, you can't get one. Fuck. That's what I get for looking at chat. Throwing away the podium. Maybe not. I still don't feel good about it, though. I have to be mistake-free for this entire lap. No cases, no whammies, no big money, no whammies. Yeah, last year for Supercross, I finished 157. Or I mean, for overall, I finished 157. Which sucks, because that was one moto. Like one moto or one... If I could have turned one of my zeros into a 25-ish, it would have put me right at the cusp of 100. That's how tight it is up there. Yep. And it's always one of the things, too, where it's always the stupidest stuff. Like, was it Colt Nichols? I picked Colt Nichols the round that he got landed on, that Sexton landed on him. Is there a big difference? It's, honestly, it's almost two different sports. I think, I'm trying to think of a way I could compare it. You know how, like, karate and jiu-jitsu are still martial arts, but they're different? Look at that podium, though, baby. I would say that's like Supercross and motocross. They're both martial arts, but they're two distinct, different kinds. There are a lot of guys that are really good at Supercross that cannot ride motocross at all, and vice versa.
Those three were phenomenal. They definitely were the
I guess two different disciplines would be the way to say it. So where Supercross is, you suffered a serious injury during the last race. You can heal immediately if you have the necessary credits or at any time before a race. What? No. I will be hurt. Yo, Cody, dude, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it, man. We did it, baby. We did it. What do you do differently? So Supercross is like a rhythm, which obviously is what we're playing now, where it's like jump, jump, jump. So there will be 8 jumps in a row, and you have to hit them in the right rhythm to get through them quickly. Whereas, no, Lux, you can't be on my lap right now. Whereas in outdoor motocross, the tracks are huge. They're usually like a mile long, and they're more natural hills. In Supercross, guys very rarely go over like 40 miles an hour, but in outdoors, they're usually going 60, 50, 60, and it's big, floaty, and it's more of an endurance. You're riding for 35 minutes twice, essentially. So it's a lot more about your fitness. You ride for 35 minutes, then you have an hour off, then you ride for 35 minutes again. But it's really crazy. I couldn't even come in not last with my stock bike. Also, you have an injury literally every single race. Because I feel like if you wreck it all, you're injured, right? I don't really care about whips. I do want scrubs though. Am I gonna be able to level up like entirely before we're out of futures? I guess I should probably get the physical resistance if I'm gonna be injured all the fucking time. Yeah, so I have leveled up almost everything. Improve the maximal attainable turn. No, give me that. No, give me the turn. Give me the turn before the banking. If I wrecked on one of those, I'd be dead. Same. Every time I ride, I get hurt. Every time I ride. It's usually like I will bruise my ribs every time I ride. What's in my journal? What am I looking at here? What are they trying to show me? Okay. My career. So we got to do training. Let's do more of the snake. But I always, my ribs and my wrist are always the thing that I end up hurt every time I come home from the track. I took one big head hit last year. I didn't have a concussion or anything, but I definitely just I had a big hit my head pretty hard enough that I was worried about it. Like the second that it happened, oh shit, the second that it happened, I was like, oh no, and I just kind of laid on the ground for a second, and then I was waiting for the pain to come, and it really didn't. And I was like, oh bless. Yo, did I really nail that? First try. First try. Are there for features in this career, or is it just fancier looking? No, it definitely has a lot more RPG elements. I mean the skill tree did not exist last year. There was kind of a skill tree the year before, and they got rid of it last year for some reason. They brought it back. I'm indifferent on it. Ooh, you unlock the boots light item. What does that mean? The boots light? What does that mean? I feel like I'm gonna level up way too fast. I got the first game for free with PlayStation Plus. The first one's not bad. It definitely, you can tell it's like their first entry, if that makes sense. I don't hate it, but I think the second year was the first year that it really felt like they were getting the feel of Supercross. Supercross 3 is obviously pretty good. And then I haven't really played this one enough to know. Find the riding physics. I agree, Six String. I agree. You definitely, I feel like I wreck more often, and you really have to hit the, you really have to hit the rhythms for sure. All right. So now I have a little bit of money. Maybe we can look a little less generic. Give me the 7. Also, if anybody is considering purchasing this game, get it on PC if that's an option for you. If you have a PC to run it on. And there's a person named Pay 2021. It has nothing to do with the year. They do mods for all of the Supercross, Motocross games. So within a couple days, all of the gear sets that you want will be in the game. Even gear that's from this year that isn't even out yet, or that like, because this game obviously is based on last year, there will be gear from this year will be in the game. Cool. Hey, I'm top 500 right now. It's not where I want to be, but I'm just kind of plugging along. Will the mod Dave Mirra on a BMX? Oh, I wish. It is still for PS4, yes. You all pay full price. I do full price, more just because as much as I want a deal, I like to support the company for making a Supercross game at all. I don't really want to have a Thor helmet with a 7 gear set, but I really wanted that helmet that matches. What about just like a bell? Oh yeah, something that, in case anybody wants it, one of the first things that Pay will do for mods is he will 100% have the Monster and Red Bull helmets available to you. If that's something that you could be interested in. That color is almost there, it's just a little pale. And that's a little blue. Come on, man. We might just go with a white helmet and white boots. I hate being such a weirdo, but like I can't have like an FXR helmet if I'm wearing 7 gear. That just feels wrong. And like I can't have an Alpine Star helmet if I'm wearing G boots. That's pretty close. And that means that I need to have Alpine Star boots to match the helmet. There we go. I like for nothing to match. You're disgusting. And I'll have to leave the goggles. What goggles even are those? UFO, really? They make plastics. I can't believe there are only 3 100% goggles in the game. Last year there were like 1,000. Please tell me that this isn't how it's gonna be. Please. For the love of God, like. And again, I know that Pay is gonna do some good mods, so I'm not that stressed about it, but it's a little concerning that there's like 5 sets of fly gear. Is exactly the one you use. Hell yeah. I might be a little biased with the color scheme, but dude, come on, teal, yellow, and pink? Kidding me? Look how good that looks, though. That's CMYK. Not to be confused with CKY. Although we also approve of that. Alright, let's do the lion again. I have pure white countertops with black hand towels, green dish rags, red pot holders, purple sponges, and orange decals. I love that for you. Did you guys watch the Cooper Webb Ken Roxon video that I posted on, was that Monday or Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. I wanted to get it done earlier, but PC problems. I love how I'm racing in the futures class, but I do the training with professionals. That makes sense. Did you like my comment? I did. I spent all my money on the bike initially and then got factory Yamaha. 1 race later. That's why I'm not doing it. I hope I don't get factory. I'm not going to sign factory. I hope I get a good second tier team. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's okay. I can get past a ton and still have enough points to get 3 stars. The rider is sponsored. Do they have to match things or can they just wear whatever? It depends on what they're sponsored by. Not most companies don't make everything. So companies like Alpine Star and Fox, they make everything. So in real life, if you're sponsored by one of those companies, you're probably gonna have to wear head to toe. But in the game, I think your gear sets always stay the same, but you can choose boots and helmet, right? I think you can do boots and boots, helmet, and goggles. You can change. Yeah, let's do the lion again. This actually seems kind of easy. This is a different track, shit. I was getting kind of used to that other track. Ooh, back-to-back tunnels. Okay, so it seems like my first passes were single, but if I make 2 passes in a row without getting passed back, they give me double for the second pass if I do it in quick succession, but it doesn't keep going. They all really check up right there, and I don't understand why. Oh, someone liked my comment. It was probably me. It was probably me, Harper. That video kind of blew up. I hate it because I feel like such a shill making that kind of content. If I'm being honest with you, like I just feel like making, you know, drama video content, I guess. But hey, it actually pays the bills. That's one of the type of videos that actually gets enough views to make what's the word I'm looking for? To make ad revenue profitable in any way. Ben, holy, like, okay, so I regret not picking Cody Schock for Daytona. The only reason I didn't pick him was because I thought he was gonna have a high pick trend because he qualified well. And I was like, I didn't expect him to be that good. But holy, he's an all-star, dude. That can't be good for Carson Mumford's psyche because he can't blame it on the bike, which I think that bike's good, but either way, he can't blame it on the bike if Cody Schock's doing just fine out there. All right, so I literally have maxed out my character in one race, at least as far as it'll let me. All right, what's the extra event? Whipmaster. The crowd notice your skill at performing whips. Complete the specified number of whips before the time runs out. What do they consider a whip? I'm gonna hate this. Like, is a good scrub considered a whip? That's not a whip. So we're just gonna double bounce over. Dude, there's no... Where the hell am I gonna get enough air to whip on this? Yo, Jake, what's up, dude? It's good to see you. Alright, so table on, table off. That's it? What? This is the only... I don't know what they consider a whip. Oh, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. Honestly, I wish they would stop doing this kind of stuff. Just let me do the races. They need more skill points. Yeah, like, and the thing that sucks, Ben, is I already have as many skill points as you can have at this point in the game. Like, I'm maxed out. Alright, so what if I square up here? What do they consider a whip? Dude, I don't know. I don't care. I'll just let the clock run out, I guess. Jake, how's your Thursday doing, buddy? Yeah, we are doing some stress testing. We've been live for an hour and a half. My biggest fear was... my graphics card temperatures because my case is set up for liquid cooling, not air cooling. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, so we're just kind of monitoring temperatures as we go. See, I don't really want to heal my injury because I don't really want to spend... If nothing else, I appreciate the idea that they're like, hey, you should stay off the ground. Or you're gonna feel it, bro. I wish they would stop messing around with the skill tree thing and just give us a stat system like Madden. Okay, this also looks like mud. Alright, so we're gonna double that rhythm. I wish they would autopilot you an entire lap. Having an alright day. Glad to see the PC out there. Yeah, so, y'all were fucking crazy in Rhymes' chat last night, and I appreciate everybody. Come on, Lux, you can't. Everybody yesterday, so I was able to go, I was able to get a cooler for my CPU, and a GPU solution at least part-time. And we'll just, the biggest problem is by downgrading, which is obviously you gotta do what you gotta do, but I was just, crap, that's a tabletop. All of my settings between my games and Steam and OBS and everything are probably not gonna work out as well. But so far so good. It's definitely much warmer of a system, that's for sure. But my actual graphics card is literally where the fire started. Specifically where the graphics card would plug into the motherboard. Yeah, Ben, my graphics card literally caught on fire Saturday about an hour and a half before the race. I was having issues with it Friday and Saturday, and I was troubleshooting it, and I thought I had everything fixed, so I plugged everything back in, and I turned the computer on, and I went outside and let the dog out and stuff, and I was just kind of letting it idle, just like testing it, you know? And I came back inside, and luckily I was in here about 5 minutes after I came back in. It just made a shrill sound, just a and I looked over, and it was smoking. And I mean, luckily I was standing right here, and I just flipped the switch, the power switch, so that it didn't, like, spread. But the PCIe slot where the graphics card plugs into the motherboard, luckily I was using a riser cable because I had my graphics card mounted vertically, so the fire started where the graphics card plugged into the into the cable, into the riser cable. So it appears to have been isolated to just the graphics card. The CPU and the motherboard are fine, thank God. It still is a shame because I don't know if you follow gaming PC world, but you can't exactly get graphics cards right now. They're just not available. And when you can find them, people are selling them for scalper prices. It's just insane. But luckily, some of my friends raised some money, and I had a full custom water loop. And obviously now I can't have that without the missing component, so they got me a CPU cooler, and I was able to get a cheap graphics card in the meantime until I can figure something else out. You got a 68, nice. The worst thing is that I had a 2080, and I bought it in August, September, and under the impression that EVGA does the step-up program where if you buy something and something new comes out within 90 days, they'll give you a free upgrade. So I was going to get a free 3080, but now I don't know if they're going to accept a fire recovered graphics card in exchange for my 3080, so probably gonna have to buy that outright. Just glad. Jake, I just hate it because I was like, what if it would have happened when I was outside and Rhymes was working in the office next door, or, you know, the room next door, and she would have just smelled it and been like, what? Cheap seems to work better for this game. Well, that's because I started with the graphics setting very low out the gate because I knew that it probably wasn't going to be able to pump much. I'd also like to think that maybe Milestone has this game better optimized. Ben, I don't know. I will tell you, like, full disclosure, my water pump failed the day before, but it didn't seem like anything went wrong. That's why I was troubleshooting with the water pump. But the graphics card was working after that, but I don't know if maybe it got hot enough that it didn't fail immediately, but failed later, but it could have also been that riser cable could have been what failed. It's still entirely possible that moisture got out when the pump failed, but if that were the case, you'd think that it would have the water would have caused a problem at the, you know, Friday morning, not Saturday night. I don't know. Either way, financially bad, timing bad, everything bad. And it's been a very stressful few months for me anyway. So that was just a thing where everything bad. Luckily, I'm like super detached from reality, for lack of a better word, and I don't really have a lot of emotions. So when it happened, I just was like, hey, so my PC just caught on fire. And my wife was just like, what? And I was like, yeah, so that's cool. I just don't really dwell on things. I'm just kind of like, well, that's a thing that happened. Very weird. And I would do it again. Like, when I get it, I'm going to go with water again. The biggest thing that water just is really useful for is my room is so much hotter today. Like, I can feel the heat coming from my PC that's 3 feet from my right. But it's also so quiet, which is really useful for content creation, obviously. It's almost literally silent. I don't know. It was also just something I wanted to do. I always wanted to make a custom water loop system. I do not know how to do this on-off right here. I don't think you can do it on a 250. Oh, dude, when I render... Oh, man. Oh, man. It's so beautiful, too. Like, for video and stuff, it running as cool as it is. And for gaming especially, like, I didn't really get into the overclock stuff much, but I couldn't get my card. My games would crash before I could get them to a temperature that would be worrisome. And I didn't even have a crazy setup. Like, it's insane how cool and efficient those things run, but oh well, such as it is. I'm just glad that my house didn't catch on fire and that none of the other components seem to be too bad. The biggest thing that sucks is that everything, I just bought it. Oh yeah, the PCIe is black. I wouldn't dare plug it back in because I'm just afraid that it would cause another fire, if nothing else, because that section of the card is probably some kind of melted, and I'm sure there's contact between the pins. Like, if I had a gross old motherboard maybe to test it on, but like the connector, yeah, the fire started at the connector. I definitely don't have this track dialed as much as the last track. That could also be because I'm injured or whatever. You could still sell it on eBay. I thought about it, because even if I say it's broken, like, people always want to take a flyer on, well, just how broken is it, or whatever. It's very broken. But I'm gonna hit up EVGA first and see if they'll RMA it. I don't know what they would do with it. Do you know what I mean? So, like, typically when I trade in the 2080 to get my 3080, what do they do with the 2080? They don't resell them, because you know they don't sell old graphics cards in general. But I also could see them not wanting to give me a free one if they don't have to. B-stocks, that's true. But we'll see. I'll hit them up first, because what's the worst that could happen? If nothing, I'll put it on eBay or something, and if somebody buys it, great. If nothing else, the water block, somebody might buy it for the water block. I think what this game really is, not this game, the Supercross games in general, are really showing me is just how difficult it is to make a Supercross game. Because the rhythms and stuff, the AI can't make decisions fast enough to adjust their strategy to the rhythms. You know what I mean?
The starting lineups are now set for the heat races. Those are the racing action continues now with live coverage of the
How do you like your 68, by the way? If I end up having to buy one, instead of a 3080, I might go with a 68. I mean, hell, maybe even a 69 for the price that I'd be paying, or that I'd have to pay for a 3080. I know availability is a problem, obviously, but I have an AMD processor, and like I have the 4.0, is that what it's called? PCIe 4.0 or whatever. Like I have all of that, so I think that it would link up, that they would link up well. So you need to shift into second like immediately upon gate drop. I don't know why they don't just let you start in second gear. But that's how you get the start. You have to shift immediately. Then the Lord A and B for stuff. 3070 or 3700 and a 68. Oh, dude, that's so nice. So we have a micro center in Columbus, and people literally every day get there at like 4 or 5 in the morning and wait for the store to open in hopes that they got graphics cards in stock. It's insanity. I went in there to get my cooler. Was that yesterday or this morning? I went. What did I get yesterday? I don't remember. Dude, I've been there 4 times since Friday. And it like 1 o'clock, there were just people standing in a line over by the graphics cards, just waiting in case a second shipment shows up for the day. It's absolutely absurd. And don't get me wrong, I want one like really bad, but I'm definitely not gonna wait in line and just take whatever I get. Like if I'm gonna spend the money on a new graphics card, I want the graphics card I want, you know. I do IT. Oh, it's nice. Yeah, I work from home on my PC, so it's definitely been a chore. I really shouldn't even be doing this at all. If I'm being honest with you, I shouldn't be doing the stream at all because I'm backed up on work. But what's another day, right? When you're already pretty far behind. As much as I don't like this track, I'm doing better here than I did at Anaheim. I just don't know how to hit that. This is a good test. Yeah, Harper, that's what I thought, because it's a game that's not too graphically challenging. I mean, to be fair, on Twitch right now I'm playing old action RPGs, so it's not like those are going to be super stressful. I love that in this game, if you wreck though, you're going from, what was I in third to 12th? But yeah, I put all those graphics on Twitter and Instagram. I don't know if you guys saw them, because I just was testing rendering stuff this morning. That was like my first test. And I was just like, let me just render some 20-second little, you know, Instagram story material to see how that goes, and it worked out well. And then I just rendered a longer thing. It was nothing. It was just like sitting there, and it worked too. And I was like, good, okay, we're checking stuff out. Can you tack right out new components? I can. At least there's that. in both ways, because content creation, obviously, it's really easy to write that stuff off. But even then, working from home in general, I have my own business. I make decals for ricers, import car kids. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills. So my computer gets a heavy dose from that. Honestly, the greatest thing about starting up making videos and stuff is that you can write off damn near anything. I can write this game off. I probably wouldn't, because it's one of those where... So I went to school for accounting, and I've actually taken tax classes and stuff. And the one thing that we kind of found out early is, like, don't... Just because you can write stuff off doesn't mean you should, because if they do want to ask questions on it, do you really want to try to argue about writing off video games? Over saving $8 on your taxes or whatever it may be. Now, obviously, if you're like a full-time streamer, yeah, you probably have a better case at that, but... Or if you make very little money from it, but if you're like... if you're trying to nickel and dime every game you bought for the year, that's probably... Yeah, that's probably a little silly. I will say, though, we had the discussion on stream... was that last week? God, I got 17th. I was in 3rd for the majority of that race, and I ended up 17th. But we were talking about taxes and write-offs and stuff like that, and the one thing that was interesting is... now that Xbox Game Pass and EA Origin and all of those things are becoming more and more prevalent and more useful, writing those off is much easier than writing off the cost of purchasing a game. Because writing off a subscription service, you don't have to prove, like, oh, well, yeah, but are you using it for work or are you using it for leisure? And it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm paying $15 a month to lease this software, essentially. It's a lot easier, a lot less red tape. Obviously, that's assuming that you play video games as a content creation, but... to talk about motocross for a second for once, in this stream. I feel like we've talked about everything but actual motocross. Can we talk about Cameron McAdoo being the sole holder of the red plate this weekend? How cool is that? 2 years ago, he was a bus driver. I still think it's Justin Cooper's title to lose, but... But, I mean, if, you know, he is a little beat up, he is coming off an injury. I don't know, I'm not... Ben, I don't know if you watched the race live, but they interviewed... I don't know if they interviewed him or if the trackside just talked about the interview previously. But they said that the entire Star Yamaha got bad starts and they switched from the sand tire to the regular. And I'm like, you really have that little of confidence in Justin Cooper that you think if you don't get a start that he can't win the race? Because that one point when he went down in the sand, if he would have had the scoop tire, he would have been fine. So I think he could have at least finished second, and he still didn't get a good start. Brooke, hi. What's up? We're playing some Supercross the Game. I'm doing really bad this time. Your dudes can get injured now, which is garbage because I'm always gonna wreck. Because the game is just janky sometimes. So we are gonna miss the main. Straight from a podium to missing the main event. I did watch, but it was also my bachelor party. Oh, dude, imagine watching Supercross at your bachelor party. What a legend. So I was not as dialed in as I normally am. Did you guys have fun at least? You're janky. You're janky. Hey Brooke, my PC caught on fire. I don't know if you saw that or not. I think it was on Twitter. It was pretty cool. And when I say cool, I mean like obviously it wasn't cool, but a little electrical fire or anything. Remind me somebody to post a picture of what the part that caught on fire. And let me just preface that it was not big. It was a like I got it before it became like a fire. But we've got melted plastic and charred circuit board to show for it. Like hurl out the door on fire. No, like luckily it was on fire for about a second and a half. I don't even know, like, because I don't want to downplay it, but I don't even know if, like, maybe calling it a fire is strong because it was behind the component was blocking it, so I couldn't actually see the part where it was smoldering. But it was at minimum smoldering. Smoking and smelling. Dude, I hate this track. I thought that was the last lap. I almost just chucked it. Luckily, if it would have been hurl out the door on fire, my PC is set next to a window, so I could have just thrown that B open and chucked it, but yeah, the Twitch community was really, really generous last night, and they donated money so that I could at least get my CPU cooler, and I had to put up some cash and collateral to borrow a graphics card. I might not have had to throw up collateral, but I don't know about you guys, but like when your friends do you a solid, I want to make sure that they know I'm serious about it, if that makes sense. I can't believe we went from third in the heat to dead last in the LCQ. I haven't even had a lap time within 3 seconds of my best in practice. This track is garbage. The only rhythm I know how to hit is this one because it's just double, double, double. I love your friends. But I love you, though. Okay, at least that lap was kind of fast. I got last in one of the Fuse races and I'm very ashamed. Oakland is just a rough track. That's a track that I mean, look how slow my lap time was. These people are all in the 110s and 111s, and my absolute best was a 114. I'm gonna hit the bathroom really quick. I don't have a BRB screen, so I'll just be right back. Maybe it's not the track that's garbage. Maybe I mean, yeah, the track is garbage. There are just, I think that the one thing this game does a hard time with, and they might do it on purpose to try to make the tracks feel unique, but it feels like some of the tracks are so narrow and tight, and some of the tracks are so massive, and the corners are so huge, and some of the rhythms are very tight, and I'm like, I don't think that's how the actual racing goes. You know what I mean? I just don't think that's how it works. All right, let's do the gate drop challenges. I know you probably don't need any, Brooke, but did you happen to see the Humane Society's puppy litter that just happened? I don't know how any of it works, so it makes sense to me. Dude, those guys didn't even try. Those guys didn't even try. Like, I know that this is supposed to be like level 1, but could they try? Where am I going? Where am I going? Oh shit, to there? I thought I was just trying to get the whole shot. Blue Rifles, right? Yeah, I was like, I didn't know what we were doing exactly. I just feel like a lot of this game, really all the Supercross games, they put in things just to have things. And I appreciate them trying to RPG it up by having stats and all that stuff, but I'm also just kind of like, I just want to do the races, man. I just want to, I'm just here for the motocross stuff. What is this one for? Overtakes? Wait, how have I passed 250 people? That doesn't feel legit.
AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today,
Hey, that's where we're racing at this weekend. Hey, did you guys see the Salt Lake City track maps and how absolutely disappointing they are? Round 16 doesn't look terrible, but round 17, they didn't even have it go outside the arena. Because you know at Vegas how they'd always go around the stands, right? Well, last year, the original SLC map, which was the finale, went out the back of the stadium, just like they did in Vegas, because they can. I think that's why they picked that stadium. But for some reason this year, we have the last round of the season just looks like a normal ass Supercross track. It's so disappointing. 70, you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Skits. Ooh, this is that hip jump track. That doesn't feel as natural. Oh, great. Thanks for that. Supercross the Game loves them dragon backs. I need to triple that. Okay. Taking notes. Double. That's a long rhythm. That's gonna be rough. Okay. He was bouncing through the whoops like that one troll at, is that Washougal, I think? I was at Vegas in 2019. Oh man. How gnarly was it? Like the mood when AC had his meltdown. I mean, it wasn't really a meltdown. He just had an accident, but like, I feel like that was probably, I don't know. A roar followed immediately by silence. I'd say no offense to Ferrandis, but I kind of mean some offense here. I just feel like nobody's really a big Dylan Ferrandis fan. So I feel like there weren't a lot of people that were excited when AC threw it away. There were only people that were disappointed. How fast were we? How much faster than the second place were we? Lots of oohs and ahs. Oh, I was really disappointed. I was set to go to Indy 1 and 2 and possibly 3 this year, but then we didn't get press, which is fair, because last year we got press, but then the race got canceled. But this year, they only, because of COVID, they were only allowed like 15 press passes or something, and obviously I'm like, yeah, Roto-Moto's not. We're not in the top 15. But then my cousin, so I went with my wife for the first race, and then she was going to drive home, and then my cousin was going to drive to Indy because we live in Columbus, and we were going to watch the second race and then drive home together. And then he ended up having to cancel. So I was like, I don't really want to, she couldn't go both, and I didn't really want to stay around by myself. So I only got to do the one race, which we did this week. That was a rocker that night. Ben, where are you from? Do you typically go to multiple races a year, or was Vegas like a special treat? So we want to double that and then triple out is the rhythm. And then here we want to double, triple over. Triple over? No, I can't quite get that. Maybe we'll try third gear. I would have won. Next time. Next time, I got you. We'll do it next time. There's nothing like going to the race. For Minnesota, we just did a guys trip the weekend. That's cool. Do you normally go to Minneapolis or Millville? I still haven't gone to an outdoor, which is sad because I live like 3 hours from 3 of them. Because we could hit Redbud, Ironman, or oh man, is it Steel City? Is that what I'm thinking of? And they're all 3 within like 4 hours, and I've never done them. Maybe this year. Maybe by the time outdoors is on, things will be alleviated and I can get press. Not that press really does anything that cool. It's just nice to be able. So me and my cousin in 2019, we paid like $500 for the VIP program through Feld. And dude, they literally just gave us a card that got us everywhere. The only place we got told no was where the semis park. Like the Feld semis, not the racers, like the Feld semis. Which we were like, that's fair. We were just seeing where we could get to. Like, where y'all gonna let us get to, you know? But we went up to like the media booth. Or the media section. We were in the same general vicinity of Mitch Payton when he was watching during practice. We could be in the pits at any time of the day. We even got to go down to the privateer pits. They were indoors. It was so cool. Never went to something like that. Been to NASCAR, hockey, and baseball in person. Oh, it does. And it's one of those skits where, like, especially the indoor races, when you walk in and you hear it and you can smell the race gas, it's an immediate, you're just like, oh, this is sweet. But there's really no other sport that you get as close, not just to the track, but like to the entire sport. Like, you can walk around the pits where all the semis and bikes and riders are. And I remember the first time I took Rhymes, it was we were just standing there, and athletes and their mechanics are just rolling their bikes past us. Like, we could have just punched them in the face. That's how close you are to everybody. I know you laugh, but I always say, I'm like, no, like, somebody could literally just deck one of the riders and take him out for the night, and nobody does that. But, like, why not? Imagine the, what was it Nancy Kerrigan? Is that her name? The ice skating debacle from, like, the early 90s. Like, imagine if some fan just went up and punched Cooper Webb in the face and broke his jaw, and he's out for the year, and it turned out that it was, like, somebody that Kenny hired to, like, break Cooper's jaw. Alright, I feel like I have a good feeling on this. I was real sad when they didn't have Supercross at US Bank. I think the 0 degree a couple years ago turned them away. Yeah, we had it. I mean, hell, Indy this year was the same way, because Indy was in January, and while we were in there, you could see the snow pouring down outside. Luckily, you know, Indy has enough basement to do the, like an indoor pit, but there's not enough room for the pit party, so that's not enough pit party. Tanya Harding gives them who many taking a knee. Right, BMX? That's right, it was Tanya Harding. That's who I was thinking of. Someone has thought about it. I'm sure they have. All right, I feel good about this race. We're out of the All-Star Championship, considering that I DNQ'd the second round, but I feel good at Arlington. Lives a few blocks. Like, currently, that's crazy. Volunteered at a festival a couple years ago where there were 55 bands, and we were able to get up close. That's so cool. Isn't it weird because they're just like normal people? Like, I mean, of course they're normal people, but you don't really feel that until you actually get to like interact with them. I used to be a promoter for concerts, like locally, nothing big, but I remember I got this one band that was kind of, they really aren't big to you guys, but like to me they were big to come and play. And it was so weird because they have such an incredible stage presence. But when they showed up before anybody else was there, they were just normal guys. Like, the lead singer is very animated, but he was just kind of like, oh, hey, what's up, whatever. But then as soon as the doors opened, he was just like he was just, you flip a switch and it's on, kind of thing. Go take the guitar up to Puddle of Mud, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be trusted with that. Yeah, let me just go take that guitar up there. I wonder if the bikes on the track right now are actually setting times, or does the game just code it to just program times in periodically? Like, if I set a fast lap and then just spent the entire time blocking one guy, would that one guy qualify dead last because I never let him get around me? What's first person like in this one? Ooh. Not for me, dog. I can do first person for MXGP maybe, but I'm not doing it for Supercross. No way.
Here's a look at the results. The racing action continues now with live coverage.
What does any PC gamers out there? So the GPU is running pretty much consistently at like 65 degrees. Is that good? Is that normal? I have my fans like all the way down. I loved first-person nose cam in racing games as a kid, but the older I hate the crap out of it. It depends on the game. There are certain, like, rally games, I like being able to see the nose so I can see what I'm looking at because it has a lot of elevation change. But if it's like F1, I need to be in the cockpit for F1. I don't want to see the car.
Get ready. The gate is
But for this, I don't think I want it. Stock Suzuki power. Dirt 2.0 in World, I can't stand the nose cam. I think I did cockpit cam for Dirt 2. 2.0, not just Dirt 2. But like regular Dirt games, like the arcade racers, I pretty much want to see the entire car. More just because I think I like the look of the cars than anything strategy-wise. Those games rely a little less on, oh, you need to be able to see what's around you. Dude, this whoop section is gnarly. It's actually kind of difficult to get through. Gran Turismo Forza, I have to see the car. Isn't that weird how it works? I need to hit that in third, I think. Do you guys that play the Supercross games, do you mess with the... Shouldn't have spoke that. Do you guys mess with your tuning? I never do, because typically the games are already pretty easy. I don't really want to make it any easier by like dialing in the suspension or anything like that. But this one definitely feels a little more difficult. I might have to actually dive into the settings. We'll see once I actually get to like the pros. I don't feel like I'm catching the ruts, but you can definitely tell the corners actually have some like elevation kind of things. Tried messing with tuning in Dirt and Gran Turismo, but I don't know what any of it means. That's fair. That's fair. As a kid in Gran Turismo and Forza and stuff, I always at least mess with the gearing ratios because that's pretty straightforward. As a car person, I at least know what the other stuff means now, but I definitely didn't really know as a kid. Oh, are you kidding me? How did I land on him and I wrecked and he didn't? Hey. Cats are fighting. And just like that, I'm in last place. This game is absolutely brutal, dude. If you wreck twice, you are out, which is good, because I want the game to reward you for, instead of trying to hit the absolute fastest rhythms all the time, to hit the rhythm that works. How did he pivot like that? Did you see that? Going to the LCQ again, boys. Don't you land on me, I swear to God. Does it feel like the last three versions? It's definitely much more punishing, Mike. I think the realistic physics are more realistic. The game feels slower and more deliberate, less arcadey, at least on realistic physics. With that being said, you actually have like attributes in this one. So my guy has like the lowest stats imaginable. So maybe once you're actually like up to a factory 450 level, maybe it is a little bit easier. But if you mess up a rhythm, you mess up a rhythm. And the AI is definitely better. Like if you wreck once, you'll go from 3rd to 12th with a little tiny wreck. I wrecked twice and now I'm in 16th. And I'm going to the LCQ. I'm gonna head out. Jake, I appreciate you being here, dude. I will see you tomorrow. likely. Take care, buddy. Appreciate you being here as always. I don't know if, Mike, I don't know if this matters to you. It might be behind a wall, like maybe you have to unlock stuff, but the customization options are not much. I hope that you just have to unlock them. I'm glad I remembered your YouTube name. Oh. That's a good one right there on the inside. Table on off. Couldn't get it. Over. Triple out. Battling for literally 15th in a heat race right now, like my life depends on it. I cannot get this whoop section down, dude, at all. Why don't we get more of these hip jumps? Are they dangerous? Is that why we don't get more of them? Because it's such a cool obstacle.
As the second 250 heat race wraps up, let's take a quick look at the results.
I would have zero clue. Yeah, you just pin it and go. I haven't dug the past couple. Seems like GP over and over. I just think that, and you'll probably agree with me here, Mike, I just think that these games really show you, like a lot of people complain about them. I just think that it's just very difficult to make a game that really gives you the Supercross experience. You know what I mean? Like, being able to hit the rhythms in the whoops and everything and it not feel easy, and the AI knowing how to navigate the rhythms themselves, and it just, there's just a lot that goes into Supercross is so difficult to make a game for that I don't think it's Milestone doing a bad job as much as I just don't think it's as easy as we like to pretend like it is. Harper, hip jumps are ones that where you like, you take off, but the landing is at an angle. So the jump right before the finish line jump is a hip jump. God, that stock Suzuki power, baby. We're gonna go all the way on the outside, ride that burn. Shit. Well, I don't think we're gonna make it out of this LCQ. Alright, so over, double. I think getting table on, table off, and tripling out is the better rhythm. So yeah, that's the hip jump right there. And I could upgrade my bike and make this easier, but where's the fun in that? It's a lot more fun to be battling for fourth in the LCQ. Not that I want to. If I just rode clean, I could make it through the heat race on the stock Suzuki, but like, my coworker just said to take another hit for Biden. To take another hit, he's got 5 on it? What? Speaking of 5, it's 5:15 already. Ryan should be home soon. Like, no, I gotcha. Oh, because of the stimulus. Gotcha, okay. My bad, I was a little lost there. Oh, alright, I gotta pass one guy. And not get passed by one guy. Land on him, shit! Dude, how did I get passed by 3 people right there? I didn't even do anything bad. Would I be doing better if my bike wasn't stock? Like, would I be getting punished less on stuff like that? Have you heard the Lunas song? I don't even know what that means, Harper. Oh, I got 5 on. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna start this LCQ over. Because I gotta wrap it up soon, and I want to race the main event. So double, or table on, table over, triple out. That's the rhythm. That's the rhythm. You don't want to clear the first table. I feel like I need to shift into third after I hit that first obstacle right there. Can't scrub. Can't scrub on the stock 250. Okay, so table on, table off, over table. Oh! Shift into turn. A dude landed on me and slowed my momentum. Why is it that when I land on someone, I wreck, but if somebody lands on me, they don't wreck? Okay, restart. A 16, yeah. It's rough, man. Normally I wouldn't cheat, but I don't want to leave you guys without one. I'm a accept the result that you have kind of person. Oh, dude, look at that jump. Dude, look at him eat me alive. Holy crap. Maybe I should at least put a pipe on this thing. The gas station. Really? That's so crazy. That must be them Florida laws. There's a couple cheaper pipes. Oh, I know. I just like I like playing it with the stock bike because it makes it a little bit more challenging. Because I don't want to just run away with it, but I'm kind of feeling like maybe I have to. So I think checking up on top of the pip is faster. Which doesn't really... I don't remember it being laid out like that. I don't remember that single before the finish line being that jumpable. Not a triple out. At least that guy wrecked behind me. Dude, the sun coming through the window right there looks so great, though. Yeah, that's definitely the rhythm. Because then I carry into the corner deeper, and I get more of a run up. How do people play this game? I mean, I guess if you play on easy difficulty and with a maxed out bike, but how do you play this game without doing qualifying and heat races first? Because, like, I just have to spend time to learn the flow of the track. People that just jump straight in, do 3 laps, and move on. Like, what are you doing, dude? Maybe after I've played the game enough times that I kind of know all the tracks and rhythms pretty well. Shit, 2 to go. I did not sequence that very well. That was sloppy. Just a time constraint for you. That's fair. I usually play real thing, like, full time and everything. 20 minutes plus 1, 6-minute heats, all that stuff. But for the sake of doing the stream today, I was like, I at least want to get through a couple tracks. Again, it's a way to get more out of the game. They need him to mod a never change AMA jersey. Oh, dude, you know what? I'll see if I can get pay to make me one. Also, never change milestone. But, like, this is how I'm supposed to play the game. Like, this is, I feel like, what you should be doing is don't take any really risky rhythms. Just go out there, log your laps. Ride smart. Don't get injured. Because I probably would have qualified straight through the heat if I would have rode like that.
Riders is finally set for the 250 main event. Just qualifying for the main is tough enough.
A true, yeah. Yeah, I rode like chiz right there. Chizzing all over the place. Be all on the outside, yeah. I'm so upset that I get the first gate pick in the heat race and I get the last gate pick in the main every time. No, it's not as good a start. I do like that it's much more difficult to get a start. Because it felt like in the other one, if you were anywhere near this, like, the gate timer, you were golden. Oof. That guy is unbelievable. Do you think he's gonna make it? So I don't have the stat in front of me right now. But now that, like, AC's been injured, Osborne's been injured, Brayton's been injured, like, so many guys have missed at least one round, the amount of people that have made every single main event is shrinking. And Chiz is in that list, and that's absolutely bonkers to me. Do you think he makes all of them? He's got to miss one by the end of the year, right? There's got to be at least 1 week where everybody's healthy and he misses one. And I'm not saying that he lucks into it, but it seems like there's always been one guy that should be in there that's out like McElrath or Hartraft every week. Those guys should be in every main, and they just aren't. Oldenburg should probably be in every main. Yeah, I mean, he's only tried for 2, but he missed 1. I cannot get a start, and I cannot hit the rhythms clean. The odds are against him, yeah. Something will happen. Yeah, eventually he'll get a bad start. I mean, what if a guy wrecks in front of him and he has to come, you know, there's literally no way in the LCQ, there's not enough time to come back from like a 16th place start. I wonder at this point if Chiz knows where the other guys don't because they're not as veteran, that even if he's not going to qualify through the LCQ, to just make sure he gets the good beat pick every time in the LCQ. Because I feel like there's too many guys in the heat that if they're in 17th that they are, and they know they're going to the LCQ, they'll just like not really care, not really ride hard, ride safe, you know, not get hurt. Where Chiz pushes to get, you know, 10th, 11th in the heats so that he always gets a great gate pick in the LCQ. I do not know how to get that section, and it's gonna haunt me. Damn it, damn it. Damn it, are you kidding me? And just like that, good race to dead last. And whatever, like, I mean, I get it. I signed up for this by playing it on hard, everything. But, like, it's so frustrating. Especially because when they restart you in the middle of a rhythm section, they always restart you at, like, the worst spot of the rhythm section. I'm not in the last yet, but there's still time. And that is where we smashed the winner. And that first one was on me, like I messed up the rhythm, but the second one was just stupid. And it just goes back to that thing of like, it's just really hard to make a Supercross game where you want the AI to be competition but not be a problem, you know? And it seems like they have no awareness of where you are at any point. I mean, hell, even if you're lapping people, they don't get out of the way in these games. Which I will admit, I guess, adds a little bit to the difficulty when you're out running out front, but still. Everyone is freeze, true. They all get great starts and they don't give a F about you. Where? God, are you kidding me? The one thing that I hate about the game is, okay, so you guys will know, like, if you're watching the thing and a rider misses a triple or misses a rhythm or something, they can always adapt to a different rhythm. It's so impossible in this game, if you miss your rhythm, to get up to speed enough to hit another rhythm. You pretty much just have to bounce through the rhythm. Like that, like, you just, there's no saving that. If you miss that up, you might as well just pin it and hope for the best. How do you guys feel about the complete actual RNG of the whoops? Because you literally just hold back on the sticks and throttle, and like 99 times out of 100 nothing goes wrong, but then there's always that one time where they're just like, and you endoed, haha. There's nothing you can really do about it other than just hold the sticks back and pray. Feels nice to be the aggressor for once. They won't have a ton of entry speed. Yeah, and it's almost impossible on this track. Like, I've tried every line I can in the entry, into the entry of it, and you just really can't. Because even if I triple out here and ride the berm, it still just doesn't quite. I say I'm doing 40, but it still looks like I'm struggling. Those two are so steep, I do not know how the AI hits them so clean and I cannot. Can't believe I'm battling for fucking last right now. Oh, come on, how did he not go down? The game is weird, it drops the rear end like real when you pin it in the air. I might be losing it, but at least I can still whip like nobody else can, apparently. Everybody else makes it seem like this game is so impossible to make your whips look cool, and I'm like, it's not though. You just have to like rotate the sticks simultaneously and not just left to right. Have 2 more laps to go. That's so impossible to hit, dude. That's where I'm losing all of my time every single lap. And it's like the stupidest little rhythm. Oh, all that for a last place finish. I fucking went for it, dude. T-Bone City. That was a Tyler Bowers move. Jesus Christ. All right, let's see what sweet-ass team offers we get.
Wow, what a race. Let's take a look at the official
I'm gonna get
results from the
offered to be on the fucking... the Roto-Moto team. 16th out of 22. We'll do East because all of the good guys ride West. Official team offers. What the hell is Sportland 2 Kawasaki? What is that? Sportland 2? I've never even heard of that. I'm Googling it right now. It's a motorcycle dealer in Wisconsin? Do they actually sponsor people? They just like made teams up? I mean, like, cool. Or we can do GoPro discount tire. Huh? The only thing I hate about those is the logo. The bikes always look absolutely terrible. Contract request. Well, I gotta get some stuff done. Mike, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna take off here before too long anyway. I appreciate you being here, dude. I will catch up with you soon. Since this worked out okay, we are hoping to be on for the after show on Saturday after the race. So hopefully we'll see you there. It's really weird. You can just ask for a sponsorship. It's weird. Team Faith. Wait. That isn't there just one guy on that team? Because isn't there just one person that has a Kawasaki with a bunch of orange on it? I'll take the Club MX ride. That's fine.
As you can hear from the cheers, there is no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, it's the black one. Fuck. I want the white bike. Can I go back? Can I change my mind? Can I at least choose a different... I know, I wanted the white one. That's why I picked Club MX. Shit, man. That sucks. Look at the number won't even go on the number plate. The number will not go on the number plate. Like, I can't get it to go on the number plate. What the hell? This game sucks so bad. Even if I make the number microscopic, it won't fit on the number plate. There's so much room on the number plate, too. Also, this is the only font. I don't think anybody in Supercross has ever used this font before. Well, I guess if we're riding the Fox Club MX team that is not real, we should probably have some Fox gear on. I'm out of the... I appreciate you being here, Ben. That doesn't look terrible. And Fox boots, I imagine. Oh, at least I already own those. That's cool. High technical sponsor? What does that mean? I'm hitting show main sponsor, show technical sponsor, nothing's happening. Okay. Oh, I guess that's our janky setup for the day. It's so weird streaming on YouTube because there's no raid function. I guess that's it. We'll call that a stream. I appreciate you guys being here, helping me test out the game and the PC. Temperatures have been pretty good, so I'm confident. I'm confident we'll be good to go. So I will see you guys for Roto on Saturday. We will do the after show. The video, fantasy video, will be out tomorrow. Planned for between 4 and 5 o'clock. And then I'll see you guys on race day after the race. Take care. Be good people.